If it weren't for his crippling stroke, which left him wheelchair-bound, American Pickers star Frank Fritz would have been back on the History Channel program. 2 years after a stroke crippled his right side, Frank passed away at the age of 60 on September 30. On October 9, American Pickers will air their 26th season, including Robbie Wolf, Mike, 60, John Jersey John Shalai, Danielle Colby, and Shalai. From 2010 until 2020, Frank made appearances on the program. According to an exclusive interview with the U.S. Sun, Frank's close buddy Jerry Gendreau said that if Frank hadn't been sick, he would have returned to the performance. The concept for the program was Mike's. Jerry remarked that Mike knew the program would be great with Frank because of his intelligence. As far as I was concerned, Mike and Frank were similar to Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin. As crucial, if not more so, to the show's success was Jerry Lewis Frank. Putting up a Jerry Lewis act non-stop is quite challenging. If it weren't for his health problems, I believe Frank would have returned. His health was a major concern. Around the age of 25 or 30, he began to experience symptoms of Crohn's disease. Inflammation of the intestines is the hallmark of Crohn's disease. Jerry elaborated on how Frank's spontaneity contributed to his meteoric rise to fame on the program. He was the comedian who would say the most bizarre and ridiculous things that would make you go, "Wow," Jerry said. Frank Fritz of American Pickers lost the desire to live after stroke, according to Buddy, who alleges that aerially arduous recuperation caused deep. His impact on history cannot be underestimated. Jerry spoke on Frank's current health problems as well. With an expression of profound shame, he spoke to the U.S. Sun. When you visited him at the nursing home, you would see that half of his body had been done. His arm would just fall to the ground whenever he raised it. Jerry went into detail on how Frank became frustrated due to his inability to express himself, even if there were much better days compared to others. It's true what they say, when folks are exhausted, they're exhausted. I believe that if you lack the desire to live, you will not, Jerry said. If Frank had had the will to live, I believe he could have lived a lot longer. After Frank's 2020 decision to leave American Pickers for back surgery, the company formally fired him in 2021. Frank discussed his animosity for co-star Mike in a 2021 interview with the U.S. Sun. According to Frank, it's been 2 years since they last spoke. He should have called to see how I was doing after discovering my back was in a bad spot. You can't change it. Everything in the program is skewed in his favor. No amount of bending over would allow me to demonstrate just how much. I can understand. Aerosmith is like a band where Steven Tyler is the lead singer. The show's hierarchy is set, and I've found my place. He's first, and I'm second. Perhaps he does have an issue, but it doesn't bother me. It was also revealed that he believed Mike was trying to replace him with his brother Robbie. His behavior towards me is perplexing. In the end, Robbie took Frank's spot on the show. For all eternity, Jerry has known Robbie, he told the U.S. Sun. Just Robbie. Nothing has changed about his exuberant personality. Robbie is that guy. That's just his character. Mike took to Instagram to announce the termination of his co-star shortly after Frank's interview with the U.S. Sun. Frank and I go far back. He's always been more like a brother to me. In 2009, Frank, Danny, and I embarked on a journey that has been the most fulfilling, but it has also been full of ups and downs, blessings and trials, just like life itself. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. You have served as a continual reminder of the show's message, that we are all connected via our shared experiences and the people and places we encounter. We're here to make sure that the past and each other are taken care of. I hope the best for Frank and everything that lies ahead for him on his journey. Like all of you, I will miss him. After then, in July of 2022, Frank had a stroke. After Mike and Frank reconciled due to Frank's health problems, they reconnected over the 2023 Memorial Day weekend. Everything between them is fine, a source close to Frank told the U.S. Sun back then. They've been friends for 40 years. Together, they've been through high school and all this. They're very good friends, great friends. According to a source who spoke with the U.S. Sun in August 2023, Frank was even contemplating a comeback to the series. Why he wouldn't come back to the program is a mystery to me. A source close to the situation said at the time that he may return to the program. The new episodes are seen by him. He'll find amusement in it. There must be something there that I can scold them about. It will be relayed to them by him. 2 years have passed since Frank's stroke in July 2022 at his home in Iowa. Due to 4 emergency hospitalizations in 2022 and 2023 for pneumonia and a seizure, Frank was unable to make a complete recovery from the stroke. His stays in the hospital rendered him wheelchair-bound, and he subsequently went back to a rehabilitation facility. The source informed the U.S. Sun in August 2023 that, while he is able to walk, he will always use a wheelchair for longer trips. In a nutshell, motion is lost. He became immobile. His right side was the one that was afflicted by the stroke. In August 2022, Frank's closest friends took legal action by requesting a guardianship and conservatorship on his behalf. Sources told the U.S. Sun that Mr. Fritz cannot ensure his own safety or provide for basic needs like food, housing, clothes, or medical treatment due to his poor decision-making skills after his stroke. Mr. Fritz is unable to make, discuss, or implement critical choices on his own financial affairs due to his severely compromised decision-making skills. Decisions regarding the care and placement of Mr. Fritz are necessary while he undergoes treatment for his injuries and continues to recover. Just weeks after suffering a stroke in August 2022, Frank Fritz was put under guardianship. When it comes to Frank's money, Midwestone Bank is the conservator. To make money, the bank decided to invest Frank's money and collections. His close buddy Chris Davis is serving as the guardian. Among Frank's many responsibilities as a caretaker for his Crohn's condition is accompanying him to and from physical therapy sessions, food shopping, cooking, and other daily activities. Frank Fritz finds, an antique retailer in Iowa, will also get some assistance from the conservatorship to restock its inventory. As part of the conservatorship, his house in Iowa now has a wheelchair ramp and other accessibility features. In order to avoid immediate harm to him, it was determined that a guardian and conservator needed to be appointed. Because Frank required skilled and long-term nursing care in July 2024, conservator Midwestone ordered that Frank's assets be transferred to them. Mike thanked his old buddy before the start of American Pickers and dedicated the season to them. New episodes will premiere tomorrow night, but he struggled to decide what to write or even whether to share the announcement. Although it is unfortunate that this should occur at the same time as Frank's departure, we have been performing without him for 4 years and have always wished he could return to our crew. Unfortunately, his health prevented him from doing so. Whenever the crew and I were in Iowa, we would always make sure to see Frank and express our deepest condolences. We would tell him how much we missed him, how he was irreplaceable, and that we would strive tirelessly on every episode to make him proud. As always, since Frank has left, I dedicate this show and all the others this season in his honor.